Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari era has officially begun. What seemed nothing more than a dream has all of a sudden turned into a stone cold reality. It is happening. Lewis Hamilton will be a Ferrari driver in 2025. Lewis made his first appearance in red, as over the past couple of days he's been getting to know his new team and getting to know his new surroundings at their base at Maranello. It is a very, very exciting time. Naturally, Lewis is building and preparing ahead for the new season, but unlike some of the other drivers on the grid, he is of course also preparing for a new challenge, and this will be the third different challenge he's had in his career. First, of course, being McLaren when he was a rookie, then moving to Mercedes in 2013, and now here he is with his latest challenge, driving in the famous red overalls of Ferrari. But while Hamilton's Ferrari contract officially began on the 1st of January, it wasn't until Monday, on the 20th of January, when he made his first appearance at their base in Maranello and at the Fiorano test track. And of course it presented Lewis with the first opportunity to not just meet up with Fred Vasseur and John Elkin and all the top Ferrari hierarchy, but meet the people behind the scenes, the engineers, the people who are working on the car in other areas of the team. He got to meet them all and of course try and build a familiarity with not just the people he was going to be working with, but the environment that also he's going to be working in. And as you can imagine, it really was a big deal. In fact, it pretty much broke the internet. It really was quite something when Hamilton's first pictures were shown of him standing outside Enzo Ferrari's house next to a Ferrari F40, which happens to be his favourite supercar. As Lewis was walking around meeting everyone at Ferrari, you could really see the smile on his face. He was really, really happy to be there, and he's really, really excited about this new challenge. The fact that he's going to realise what he said was a dream of putting on the red overalls and being officially a Ferrari driver. As we all know, driving for Ferrari, it is something extremely special in Formula One. Ferrari is the biggest name, so for any chance a driver gets to drive for the biggest name in the sport, they're going to take it. So it's not really too difficult to imagine what Lewis is going through right now. He really is pumped, he really is excited for this new project in his career. But after being introduced to all the members at Ferrari on Tuesday, we got a glimpse of Lewis in red for the first time when he posted a picture on his Instagram page of him in the Ferrari overalls, and that's when it really started to become a bit more real. What seemed like just a fantasy, it seemed like this was only going to be possible when you get those sort of driver transfers on the Formula One game. But now it really is, it's real. It really was something to behold, seeing Lewis in the red for the first time. And I've got to say, he does suit the red. And even better, he posted a picture of his new helmet for the season, which is gone back to his traditional yellow colours, which he's had since his karting days. And he ran from 2007, his rookie season with McLaren, all the way to his first year at Mercedes in 2013. Then he went to sort of a white base with a bit of red, and he only reverted back to yellow in 2017. Apart from that, he's gone with either a white base, or gone to purple, or more recently a mixture of purple and fluorescent yellow. But now he's just obviously decided now is the right time to go with yellow. Of course, yellow is synonymous with Ferrari as well, because they are the colours of Modena, which is the town next to Maranello, of where Enzo Ferrari is of course from. And then on Wednesday this morning, we got the first chance to see Lewis make his first appearance in a Ferrari Formula One car and get his first laps on board at the Fiorano test track. So he was driving a 2023 Formula One car, because of course that is in line with the current TPC regulations, which stands for testing previous cars, and he only gets up to 1,000 kilometres when doing a TPC program. So Lewis came out onto the test track in what was quite foggy, misty conditions, but nevertheless it was quite a moment. There was around, I think, 1,000 Ferrari fans standing just outside the test track, peering through the fence to get that first glimpse of Lewis driving a Ferrari Formula One car. Of course, it wasn't just Lewis's first chance to get some laps under his belt in a Ferrari car, but to also gain an understanding of how the Ferrari engine works, because of course over his career he's only ever driven cars that have been powered by a Mercedes engine, so it's going to be something that he will obviously have to get used to. You may think it's not too dissimilar to the Mercedes engine, but actually there are a lot of differences between both power units, and that's obviously something that he's going to have to adapt to. On top of that, Lewis is obviously going to want to know how Ferrari operates, what gets the team ticking, and vice versa. They're going to want to know how Lewis operates, what is his approach to things like preparation and setup and all those things. They're obviously going to have to find some common ground and try and work together, try and find a way where both of them are getting the best out of each other. We don't know too many details about who is going to be working on Lewis's side of the garage, but one thing we do know is that his race engineer has been confirmed. It will be Riccardo Adami, who of course has been at Ferrari for quite a while now. He was of course previously race engineer for both Sebastian Vettel and Carlos Sainz, and has quite a long relationship with Vettel. Actually, he worked with Vettel also at Toro Rosso. In fact, he was his race engineer when he won at Monza in 2008. And interestingly, Hamilton rang up Vettel to get a bit of perspective from him as to how Adami works as an engineer, and try and sort of develop that relationship even before he's really had the chance to work with him. We also know that Hamilton will be reunited with his former trainer Angela Cullen, who of course he worked with very closely during his time at Mercedes between 2016 and 2023 before they decided to part ways. But after a recent social media post by both Hamilton and Cullen, where they both posted pictures and videos of them skiing, and Cullen's post seemed to hint that she would be working with Hamilton again, because of course there was a picture with the number 44 behind it, which of course is Lewis's race number, and fans started to put two and two together, and sure enough it has now been confirmed that Cullen will be working with Hamilton again as he starts his new life at Ferrari. But as for Hamilton himself, as he continues his preparation for the 2025 season, you can really tell he looks really refreshed and super motivated for this new project. There's no doubt that Lewis has a real burning desire to win an 8th championship, and it would be quite something obviously if he does do that with Ferrari. But first things first, he's just got to get used to his new surroundings, get used to the team, get used to the car. He'll obviously get his real first proper taste of a Ferrari in pre-season testing, but he'll only get 1.5 days maximum before the first race in Australia, so it's not going to be easy to get acclimatised to the car and acclimatised to the team immediately. It may take a bit of time, but I think we all hope this is going to work out, because we're all excited about Hamilton driving for Ferrari, because as I said, it's something that we never envisaged happening. It seemed as though Ferrari and Hamilton would be always one of those would they have ever worked together, and I think both of them are really going all out to make this season a success. So it's going to be something really exciting to watch, just to see how both Lewis gets on at Ferrari, and if Ferrari can obviously give him a car that is capable of winning races and maybe even challenging for the World Championship again. Lewis joining Ferrari of course very much mirrors Michael Schumacher's move to Ferrari back in 1996, and just how big a deal it was even back then, because of course Michael joined Ferrari at a time when he was of course a reigning champion. He'd won the last 2 championships in 94 and 95 with Benetton, and the fact that he was deciding to join Ferrari rather than going to another team like Williams or McLaren, who were probably at that time a more favourable option to go on and be successful from the off, but he decided he wanted to obviously have a more larger project where the idea of bringing Ferrari back to their glory days really was something that resonated with him. So I think even though there's been some big driver moves since then, I think this really is very much on a similar scale, maybe even as big as Michael's move to Ferrari. But like all of you, I cannot wait to see how this pans out, and just to see how Lewis gets on at Ferrari. It really is going to be, without a doubt, the biggest story of 2025. So there you have it, that's it for today's video. Feel free to leave your comments below. Don't forget to like the video, and if you are new around here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.